how does a species change? How do we get from one animal to another? For example, how did the mighty Tyrannosaurus become a chicken? How did wolves become dogs? It all has to do with natural selection. Natural selection is a process discovered by Charles Darwin as well as Alfred Russel Wallace. The idea is as follows. The organisms best suited for a certain environment have a higher chance of living. Therefore, they are the ones who live and pass on their genes to the next generation. As a result, any features of these surviving organisms tend to last long and pass on. Let's use giraffes as an example. Here we have two giraffes. This one is about 15 to 20 feet tall. This one's about 10 feet tall or less, which is considered a short giraffe. Now imagine there are trees where the only edible food for the giraffe is at the very top. This means the tall giraffe will be able to eat it, and the short giraffe will not. Therefore, among the population, the short giraffe's genes would be weeded out. Another thing that we must understand is the common ancestor. Here I have two different birds, common cactus finch and the gray warbler finch, but they both come from the same common ancestor, the dull-colored grasswit. All of these birds live on the Galapagos Islands. At first, it was just the dull-colored grasswit. But some of the dull-colored grasswit population was on an island with a lot of cacti, and they needed stronger beaks to get to the food. As a result, any birds with said stronger beaks to properly eat the cacti and get the nutrients they need eventually evolved into the common cactus finch. Through natural selection, they got the tough beak and the ability to gain that nutrients from cacti. On other islands, the food was very small and needed a smaller and precise beak to find and eat. This is when natural selection allowed the gray warbler finch to come around. Notice it has a smaller beak than the dull-colored grasswit. Any two animals have a common ancestor. This is why we have something called the evolutionary tree or the phylogenetic tree. The idea here is that with the help of biological evidence such as fossils and DNA, we have been able to track the common ancestors of many animals. If you want to know more about natural selection and evolution and biology in general, I highly recommend looking at these resources. I'll leave their links in the description below. They're a great way to educate yourself on this subject. And that's all. Thanks for watching, and as always, please leave feedback in the comments below. It's greatly appreciated, and I would love to hear your suggestions on how I could improve.